bigcal and welcome to my world. So in the last video uploaded I talked about the games I am most looking forward to in 2019. This video I want to talk about 5 game series I wish would return in 2019. These could simply be announcements telling us that they are working on a new one, or maybe a surprise announcement telling us that it's actually going to come out, be released in 2019. Either is good with me as long as we get new games from these series at some point. Whether we will or not, sadly is a whole other story. So the first game series I want to return, or at least have an announcement saying it's going to return in 2019, is Wario. Platformer game. Now last year we did get WarioWare Gold on the 3DS, which was a huge game filled with all the mini games from the old WarioWares, from the Game Boy Advance, the DS, the Wii, the Wii U maybe, plus a bunch of new ones. Haven't picked it up yet, but I do want it because I'm a big fan of the WarioWare series. However, I want a Wario platformer. We've had the Shake Dimension, I think, was the last Wario platformer that we got, and that was on the Nintendo Wii. So over the last couple of years, basically between sort of the Wii and the Switch now, we've had Donkey Kong Country come back, 2D Donkey Kong games. We've had Kirby come back to proper 2D platforming games. We've had multiple Yoshi games. New Super Mario Brothers has been a big seller for Nintendo over the last few console generations. But we haven't had anything from Wario since the Shake Dimension on the Wii. There was nothing on the Wii U, we just got the Game & Wario, which was a bunch of mini games. And the Switch so far, not a peep from him. So it would be great if we get another 2D platformer from an iconic Nintendo character. Maybe doing a new Wario Land game based on that old series rather than sort of having one stand out on its own like Shake Dimension kind of was. We want a new Wario platformer. At least I do anyway. So come on Nintendo, announce it in 2019. Speaking of one of the games I just mentioned, I want to see in 2019 at least an announcement of a new Donkey Kong Country game. So Retro Studios that made Donkey Kong Country Returns and Tropical Freeze for the Wii, Wii U, and then the ports for 3DS and Switch, they've been quiet about what they've been up to. Many people speculated that they were going to be behind Metroid Prime 4 as they were behind the original Metroid Prime games. Nope, not them. So what are they up to? Potentially another Donkey Kong Country game. The Donkey Kong Country Returns on the Wii was fantastic. I loved the hell out of that game. Tropical Freeze on the Wii U was good, but I didn't feel was quite as good as Returns. And since then, they simply ported Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze onto the Switch. Because again, 14 million people buying a Wii U, fuck all the whole lot apparently, as far as Nintendo are concerned. It doesn't matter about us, they just have to port all the Wii U games onto the Switch. Yeah, makes sense I suppose for business reasons, blah 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 blah. Sucks for Wii U owners. So what I want is a new Donkey Kong Country game on the Switch. Not a port, not a remake or a remaster, a new Donkey Kong Country game. Classic side-scrolling action, great level design, very difficult in places, always the ability to have more difficulty if you want by collecting all the collectibles, which adds, trust me, a ton of layers of difficulty onto an already pretty difficult 2D platformer. So it's great for really anyone to get into. If you just want to go through the levels, eventually you'll be able to get through them all, even as they get harder as you go along. If you want a real challenge, go for the collectibles, and yeah, you'll be very happy. So 2019, at least an announcement of Donkey Kong Country coming back onto the Switch from Retro Studios. The last Switch game that I want to see announced, at least an exclusive, in 2019 is Mario Kart 9. Or or simply some more DLC for Mario Kart 8. So Mario Kart 8 originally came out on the Wii U, and then we got 2 DLC packs which doubled the content of the game for half the price of the original title. Yeah, so that was fantastic value, that was incredible, game was amazing. I played the hell out of it on the Wii U. I bought a Wii U bundled with that game, specifically to play that game. The Switch comes around and they make Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, which has all the DLC already included, and they make the change to the battle arenas, so they're actually battle arenas and not just riding around a normal course trying to battle, which was pretty terrible, to be honest. So yeah, they've ported it over, made some improvements, added all the DLC, fantastic. But it's still a very old game when you think about it. So either an announcement of Mario Kart 9, which would of course be incredible, we get a proper new Mario Kart game on the Switch, or like I said, at the very least, give us more DLC from Mario Kart 8, which I'm perfectly fine with, because as far as I'm concerned, Mario Kart 8 is the definitive Mario Kart game. It is incredible. So just give us more DLC packs with some new tracks, add in some tracks based on other Nintendo IPs and things like that. We already have Zelda and Animal Crossing, F-Zero, maybe something else I'm forgetting. Yeah, we have those kind of tracks. Excite Bike, that was on there. Give us some tracks based on Metroid, Pikmin, Pokemon track. That would be awesome. We got all the Pokemon cheering you on and things, and yeah, that would be great to see. And then of course maybe remaster some more old tracks as well. They could really do a lot. Give us some brand new Mario Kart tracks, some new tracks based on other Nintendo IPs, and then some classic remasters as well, so that we really get a ton. As far as adding new characters in, yeah, you could probably add a Pikmin, and then you could choose your different colours, like with Yoshi and things. I wouldn't go too far with adding more characters. I don't think that's really needed. A couple more car parts maybe here and there, just to suit the track, something Pokemon themed, etc. But yeah, give us more tracks, basically. That's really all we need. More tracks. Because everyone I know has the game, already played the hell out of it, continue to play the hell out of it. Adding more tracks is just going to increase the lifespan of this game even more, and make people who don't still own it want to go out and buy it again. So yeah, give us that, Nintendo, that would be incredible. Or like I said, of course, Mario Kart 9 announcement would be cool, but yeah, might as well just add on to Mario Kart 8. You've already got it, it's already fantastic. Just add on to it. Now for the final 2 games, and these are going to be more PS4 based, and yeah, the first one is Crash Bandicoot. We had the Insane trilogy, the remastering of the original trilogy last year. Was it last year or was it the year before? I actually don't remember. But yeah, we had that. It was a big success, even if I'm not a fan of it. And this year we're getting Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled, or whatever it's called, which is a remaster of the Crash Team Racing game. That is again going to sell incredibly well. So all we need now is a new Crash Bandicoot game. Yeah! Make it very similar to the original trilogy, less like the ones that came after Naughty Dog. They can have the new controls with the new jumping, because now they can build levels from the ground up that work with the new jumping, and it won't be terrible then, hopefully. Yeah, so give us a new Crash Bandicoot game, one that goes back to the old Naughty Dog games and gives us a great Crash Bandicoot experience, and not like most of them that came after, which were either just really poor excuses for Crash Bandicoot games, or decent games but really had no reason to be Crash Bandicoot games. So yeah, come on Sony, whoever else, is it Activision that own the rights to Crash Bandicoot now? You've seen the success of the Insane trilogy, you're gonna see the success of Crash Team Racing Remastered. Give us a brand new Crash Bandicoot experience. And lastly, basically looking back at this list, another Wario platformer. Yeah, there's a good chance at some point that will happen. Wario, successful Mario IP, everyone knows Wario, lots of people like it. The WarioWare Gold game was great. They know people want Wario. Good chance that will eventually happen. Maybe not this year, but we are likely going to get another Wario platformer at some point. Donkey Kong Country. Yeah, I think there's a very good chance we are going to get another Donkey Kong Country game. Again, whether or not it's this year, I don't know. But I think there's a very good chance we're going to get another one. Another Mario Kart game or DLC for 8. Yeah, Nintendo release Mario Kart games on all their systems now. It's going to happen. We know it is, we just don't know when, and we don't know if it's going to be a new iteration or DLC for the current one. Either way, Mario Kart is going to either get expanded or a new version at some point. It's just going to happen. Crash Bandicoot, yeah, like I said, with the success of the Insane trilogy and the success that's to come with the remaster of Crash Team Racing, they would be insane to not release a new Crash Bandicoot game built off the success of the remasters. This final game is one I personally really want a new game in the series to come out. But it's also the least likely of all the games on this list, sadly. And that is Twisted Metal. When I first got my PlayStation in Christmas 1997, first game I played for it, Twisted Metal 2 World Tour. I still own that original copy of that game. It's the oldest game that I own that was originally mine. Obviously I own NES games, but I've rebought them because probably sold them when I was younger to buy a SNES at the time. Yeah, so Twisted Metal 2 is the oldest original game I own. Love the game. Fantastic. Small Brawl. Didn't come out here in Europe. I imported it from America last year because I love that game. I bought it on copy back in the day with my chipped PS1. It was fantastic. It felt like Twisted Metal 2. Just you were playing with remote control cars in these cool levels that were obviously, you're a small remote control car, so all the real world locations look massive. It was just really fun to explore those levels and play through the game. A lot of the other Twisted Metal series, because they kept switching developers, 3 and 4 were kind of bad. Twisted Metal Black gets huge amount of praise. I'm not a fan. Head On the PSP, incredible. Again, plays very similar, looks very similar to Twisted Metal 2, which was the pinnacle of the series. And then on the PS3 we got a brand new one, and it was great. Again, it just felt like a modernised version of Twisted Metal 2, which was the pinnacle of the series. It looked great, played fantastic, story modes were fun, but that was the last we heard of it. And then yeah, it does seem that it's the end of the Twisted Metal series, but I so want a new Twisted Metal game. Please Sony, please give me Twisted Metal. I need Twisted Metal to live. I mean, not really, I kind of need oxygen, water and food to live, but Twisted Metal, yeah, right up there. Number 4 to live. The 4th thing I need to live is Twisted Metal. Give me it, Sony. Yeah, so those are 5 game series that I would love to see return in 2019. 4 of them I think have a pretty good chance of at least being announced that something is being worked on, while Twisted Metal, sadly I think we saw the end of it on the PS3. So let me know in the comments what you think to the 5 series that I picked and what you would have picked if you were doing this video. Let me know down in the comments. I'd love to hear all your thoughts. I'm bigcal, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time.